Western sanctions have hit the Russian currency and the Russian people hard. The country's central bank has doubled key interest rates to 20% in order to halt the fall in the value of the ruble, which is now down to a record 100 rubles to a dollar. Long lines can be seen at ATMs across Russia as people fear a breakdown of electronic banking. ATMs are no longer releasing euros and dollars. There is a ban on transferring foreign currency abroad. Russia has made it mandatory for exporters to exchange 80% of their foreign currency proceeds for rubles. At the same time, there will be impact on tourists. Almost 150,000 Russian tourists are out of the country at the moment, out of which 27,000 of them are in countries which have directly imposed a flight ban on Russia. The war could also trigger food inflation in countries dependent on grain from Russia and Ukraine. Both nations together account for 30% of wheat exports, 1/5 of the corn trade, and 80% of sunflower oil exports. With Russia closing its airspace to 36 nations, air freight could get more expensive as planes will have to take alternate routes. According to reports, ocean freight rates could rise from $10,000 per container to $30,000 per container. The conflict is already disrupting export from Black Sea ports to Asia, Africa, and Europe. We could also see a disruption in global aluminum supply as Russia produces 6% of the world's aluminum. Rising energy prices could be hard on consumers, but good for oil-producing nations. Disruptions on energy supply from Russia will impact Europe, as around 40% of Europe's oil and gas comes from Russia. There may be a positive for Iran as the demand for oil and restrictions on Russia could ease sanctions on Iran. The $8 billion trade between India and Russia could also be hit by sanctions on Russia's banking, defense, and energy sectors.